Well, let's put the spotlight today on Reloy then. It's a startup which is engaged in the business of offering marketing schemes, loyalty, reward bonuses proposed by their clients, as well as providing real estate brokerage services. Recently, you had HDFC Capital Advisors, which increased their stake in the company. Akhil Saraf, who's the founder and CEO at Reloy, now joins us on Startup Central. Akhil, thanks so much for taking time out. I know you can't divulge too many details, but if you could just give us a little bit more perspective as to what the recent investments have been with respect to HDFC Capital Advisors as well, putting in more money, who the current investors are in Reloy.
Right. So I'll talk about what we are doing at Reloy, right? So we, as opposed to what the statement was earlier, what we are doing is that we're building the Android for real estate. We are actually not a broker, not a builder, not a buyer, not a bank. We're a neutral third party that's actually trying to connect the entire ecosystem together towards creating a better real estate ecosystem, right? So our entire business model is based on the fact that builders treat their customers better, and when customers are happy, they refer their friends to buy from the same builder, right? So it's a positive reinforcement of better customer treatment, right? In this last year, we've done about 1,000 crores of referral sales just from customers being happy with the builder's service, right? And that's sort of what we are out to encourage more and more, right? In terms of investors, we have Inflection Point Ventures. We have new people joining in this round, including Blue Lotus VC. We have Green Capital. We have 3 out of 4 of our existing investors actually doubled up their positions in this round. And yes, so that's our current position.
Okay, fair enough. So just wanted to understand a little bit about who your current client base is, who you have currently, which cities are you currently present in, and how you're looking to grow that.
Right. So we are currently present in about 15 cities. We have about 5.5% of India's housing market, primary housing market. So we work on an enterprise level with several tier A companies, including Godrej Properties, Piramal, Shapoorji, DLF, N3M, Embassy, Brigade, Kolte Patil, right? So a lot of the tier A names in most of the major cities in India. The larger builders have actually realized that we need a better housing industry for housing and as an industry to grow, right? And that's sort of where, the message is actually fairly clear that we need to treat our homeowners better and go that go that extra mile for these guys, right? And that's sort of where we have this kind of reach.
All right, Akhil, let's just talk a little bit more about your financials. I understand that you've put out a 3-fold jump in the overall revenue. What is the outlook in terms of your profitability? What did you clock in the last year in terms of your revenue growth? And, what are some of the targets that you've set ahead?
Right. So we actually look at venture capital quite differently, right? So this is the first time that last year was the first time that we actually raised in February 22. Post which we actually entered a little bit of a burn phase, and now we are into cash flow positive again. The idea for us to raise capital is to actually take that capital, put that in the business, generate revenues, and then do that whole cycle again, right? The idea is to keep building a real business with real revenues. We expect a 3-fold jump in this year as well. So we are expecting our top line to go up to 40 crores. This is on the back of several activations of a lot of the clients that we've onboarded in this last year, and the referral cycle actually playing out for us, right? So after we launch, customers get happy, they generate referrals, and that payout follows subsequently, right? So that's actually when we get paid. So yeah, this year we should be closing close to 40 crores, and built on the back of real revenues, real cash flows.
Okay. With that, we've come to the end of this edition of Startup Central. Thanks so much for watching. Do keep connected with us on SUC at etnow.tv.